Yo, what it do? What it do? We back. It is the Earn Respect podcast. I think I just dropped my phone on the couch.
Oh.
Wow, 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 wow. But no, I think I did. I'll get it in a second. But what's going on, y'all? Oh, here we go. Ooh. We're watching these highlights of it's 48 minutes of shout out to House of Highlights on YouTube. They got some 5 videos, but it's 48 minutes of highlights that make you love basketball, and they just showed when
Brandon
Knight got destroyed by DeAndre Jordan. Oh, there's another back-to-back Brandon Knight embarrassments. This is when Kyrie oh my God. And the thing about it, shout out to Brandon Knight, you know, I'm kind of cracking on him, but me and Ryan actually played against Brandon Knight a couple of times.
Local legend.
Yeah,
I played against Brandon Knight as well. Yeah,
so okay, three of the 4. So shit, I tell you what, on some Jeezy shit, I tell you what, get us in that big 3. Get us in that big 3. Man,
Gerald Green.
Damn, that shit is crazy.
Saw Gerald Green play in high school.
Whew. Yeah. Oh man, I remember this play too.
Mm-hmm.
This is my house.
Yeah.
Continue.
But yeah, we played.
What's good, y'all boys?
We about to play. We played Brandon Knight a couple of times. They were Coral Springs Jammers. But yeah. So what's going on, fellas? And, first shot. Happy early birthday to the boy Don. Finna turn 28 in about whatever hour and a half or so. Shout out to that boy for the big 2-8. What year is this? Who's the most famous? The Eric Dickerson year, man?
What, 20?
28?
28.
Oh.
What's the most famous 20? What's the best 28 in sports?
Marshall Falk.
I was thinking Falk or Dickerson.
Yeah, they're probably the 2 best 28.
Oh, and Peterson. AP, my boy. AP. All day.
So yeah, I think he barely edges them out, to be fair.
Yeah, MVP.
T-Mac was so good.
2,000-yard season. He really should have broke the record. He was like 9 yards short. I remember. That's crazy. But yeah. So what's going on in sports today? I've been catching. What's going on in sports? Russell Westbrook and your boy John Wall traded. What y'all think about that?
Man, the first thing that comes to mind for me is that Kentucky connection where John Wall is back with his boy Boogie Cousins, and Boogie even gave him a little shout out on Twitter.
Boogie ain't doing shit. Boogie done.
Boogie ain't doing shit.
Boogie ain't doing shit. Boogie done.
So is Achilles tendon's done?
I think is he's been real hurt. You know what I'm saying? He's a big ass dude. That's a lot of weight coming up and down, up and down.
His game ages well though.
I don't know
if it ages well.
His 3-point
It would have.
Wasn't never terrible.
It would have.
Do better.
Certainly in history. So.
Well, I was just saying he can just add on to his game, but he's been hurt so long. It's going to be difficult for him. I don't know. You think he's going to come right back and play?
I mean, he's been out since the finals that they lost to Toronto, right?
Yeah.
He didn't play at all this year.
Was it a hamstring and an Achilles?
It was a quad.
Yeah,
and a hamstring.
I don't know.
There's a quad and an Achilles, right? He
No.
tore his Achilles on the last play of the game.
No, that was in New Orleans, wasn't it?
He didn't tell. Yeah. He tore his Achilles in New Orleans, and then he came back on a quad. So that's what it was. You're right. It was Achilles before the quad.
But I mean, so I would track myself. I ain't gonna say he's done, but that's a lot of lower leg injuries for a big cat.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. But I think, beyond the Kentucky connection, let's talk about how this is a good play too. James Harden and John Wall are gonna even coexist. I don't even think, to me, that's not a match. You got 2 ball dominant guys. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like John Wall is very ball dominant, even maybe more so. If one of the 2 has to play off the ball, it would have to probably be James, because I can't see John being effective just catching and shooting and shit. That's not gonna happen.
And James really isn't as effective as he can be with the ball without the ball.
Right. They're both better with the ball in their hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of James Harden's game, but I can't say the man doesn't, well, I almost say he produces, but he gets buckets. You feel me?
Yeah. So, he's not your favorite. We know.
What happened? What's going on in Washington?
I think. Do I think Houston won or did Washington?
I'm saying regardless of who won or not, but I guess that's what it ends up to be. But who's put in a better situation? You think? I honestly think Houston's gonna work out better than Russ and Beal. in Washington?
Um,
Wall and Harden. I think they're gonna work out better than Russ and Beal.
yeah.
I think that I think Russ and Bill will be okay because if you do look at John Wall and John Wall and Russell Westbrook being like players, then it's gonna be the same situation. Like Bradley Bill, they said that they wanted to be his team, and it's been primarily due to health issues with John Wall. And so the fact of the matter is that Bradley Bill is more than fine coming off of screens, playing off in like Klay Thompson, then getting the ball in his hands and going to work too. Mm-hmm. And so basically, like I said, you basically trade for availability. It seems like almost. Mm-hmm. You only take on the same salary. I saw it worked out to probably about $200,000 more a year, I think, or something like that.
And a fresh start for both players.
Yeah. And then so you do that one, and then like I said in Washington, then it's like Russ is coming. This is Bradley's team. He's the longest tenured standing player. Like we got it worked up now, boom. And then you bring John Wall to Houston with James Harden can be off ball. He can find other ways to score. And, he just hadn't done it in the last 3 to 4 years because that's just not what it was. And he was with D'Antoni, and it made sense to get the best player of the ball. But he worked out really well with Chris Paul. But obviously, John Wall is like nothing close to Chris Paul, like as far as even the same type of player. But you just you're trading for like upside then.
If only Chris Paul stayed healthy that 1 year against the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then you just find yourself trading for upside then.
Yeah.
And so you have what the upside of John Wall and Boogie could be on a Houston team, which I believe will clearly be much more conventional than it has been.
Right. Yeah. Get another big man. Well, if they didn't have one, they got already Capella, and they had Tucker running the 5. Yeah. But I think, that's nasty. I think in terms of Washington, it depends on because I think it was Eric that just said, a fresh start for both. But if you think about it, it's not necessarily a fresh start for Russ because he just had a fresh start in Houston. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of fresh starts for Russ.
You know what I'm saying? So he's just, now he's into that kind of, team, every team, every year type shit. So I think how Russ comes in, his mindset, what he expects of himself or what he's willing to accept as a role on the team. If, it should be Bill's team because he's younger. He's, super talented. He's way more suited for this NBA than Russ's game is.
Right.
Since what he's been showing as of late. So if Russ comes in as, he's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying already? He's a Hall of Fame.
Triple-double machine.
Vet, you know what I'm saying? An MVP. So he's trying to, if he kind of takes a Dwayne Wade approach, even though it wasn't his team, he's coming to a team, but, kind of, give Beal a little more game and just be, his the number 2 if he could accept being the number 2, and that like I feel like in Houston it was more looked at as 1A 1B. Nobody really wanted to fully give up that stature or whatever. But if he comes into Washington, then I think if they get a couple more pieces, then they can start trying to build something because Russ probably got a couple of years left in the tank.
I think it was a foregone conclusion the moment that Russ left OKC that he was never going to be a number 1 anywhere again. Because you always going to, at that point, have to go somewhere else to try to win. And there's always going to be somebody else of your star caliber or close to it that you're going to. And therefore,
yeah, I think
life humbled him. No matter, and not that I believe that he needed it or nothing like that. But, like, the situation has to humble you because you're not going to go anywhere and be their number 1.
Well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. You would think that, but you got to remember, remember when Iverson was, kind of bouncing around and he didn't want to come off the bench. Look at Carmelo's situation and how especially when he wasn't in the league and how he was talking, how he felt. Remember when the nigga was when he was at the press conference and he was like, "What do you feel about coming off the bench?" And Carmelo was like, he just asked me to come off the bench type shit. Like he talking to his homeboy in the corner, like, "Hit this motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's a different coming off the bench. Telling someone that they're not a starter coming off the bench is a completely different story than telling somebody they're not the number 1 though.
True.
Like Melo damn sure ain't tell him that this dude said I want a number 1 option.
True.
He damn sure ain't say that.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I give you that.
And even when you believe that, when you look at it, and you be like, man, Iverson as a 6th man. But then and when he still had some years where he could put up 20 20 to 24 points.
Right.
It was just like, bro, like why? Like anybody else, you think like it's a no brainer, except like obviously, yeah, I know, I understand that you don't have that. Like if you weren't there, then it's easy for you to be like, oh, it's just an easy roll to back off on. But it's like, no, like I'm the man. It's like
right. That's
like being in a
what I'm
relationship
saying.
and just being like.
Not for you, but I think to your point, like, yeah, that's a good point. That is a much bigger difference, and you're not the number one, and you're not starting. But I think that transition from I'm not the number one to I'm still a part of the team, but not the man. That's a tough transition for people too. I think when you say when he starts bouncing from team to team, that it's like okay, obvious he's not going to be anybody's number one. But 9 times out of 10, that's obvious to everybody but that person. Like he's the last person to know. Yeah. You feel me? And I feel like that happens a lot more often than not. So if he comes in with that already, like okay, we tried Houston. If he looks at it, if I'm Russ, I'm looking at it like okay, I did OKC. I got all the individual accolades that I can get. I'm probably a Hall of Famer just off OKC. Go to Houston. Go with one of the best players in the league, one of the best scorers ever. And, theoretically, if I'm still that dude, we should be able to make it work. Right?
Right.
Doesn't work. Okay, so now at this point, I'm going to another team that isn't in contention right now. So, you know what I'm saying? But they have a young star, so let me try to build this and try to maybe finish my years on, a better note. Because it's not like he's getting rave reviews for his play.
So out of the four guys, John Wall, Westbrook, Harden, and Beal, Beal's the best off the ball. Can we all agree?
Yeah, definitely.
He's the best off the ball, right? So even though Westbrook's not going to be the number one, he still might be the primary ball handler where he's going to have more opportunities for triple doubles. Because who's the big man on the Wizards right now? I can't name one.
They got Thomas Bryant, young dude from Indiana. He's been playing well when he's been healthy. The boy.
This is going to be a trend. Donnie just going to shit on me with his knowledge.
David Bertans, the one that just got like all the money. Is it David?
Skinny cat.
Is David?
The nigga from he came from San Antonio or something like that. No, he came from Washington. Didn't he? Oh, he's in Washington.
He's in Washington right now.
So Westbrook will have opportunities for rebounds.
But he had because he's a stretch 4-ish type of player. They got obviously Rui Hachimura there, but he's over 3 man, 6'9". So yeah, I mean they probably made some more acquisitions.
They drafted, right?
Yeah, last year. Yeah, mm-hmm. I don't know who they drafted this year, but yeah, I'm sure they have plenty.
He was on the world team for the All-Star game.
I'm sure they have plenty other people,
that
they acquired with that. Yeah, I mean
think that's a good role for us. Low point guard that's going to get his, maybe 17 to 20 points, 10 assists. I mean, he could probably easily average a triple double next year if he plays it right.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think,
and Beal can still get his 25.
Oh no, easily.
Bill
will get his points first before anything else. But I guess it is a good point because one of the things that apparently Russell has said about being in Houston that he didn't like when he was saying like there was no reason that you would think that they couldn't make it work out there was the fact that he didn't feel like the accountability was a thing that they did. People didn't take accountability and people didn't, and that could be a shot at Harden, or he could just say that culture just wasn't set up right for him to win. And I think him going be the older guy on another team, it doesn't like you. If you said it about Chris Paul, it's easy because we were just like, yeah, that's Chris Paul. You say it about Russ, and he's just sitting there, just like
that's what I'm saying.
Like so maybe there's ulterior motives,
you got to see where his
or maybe,
head is at.
And so, but it seems like it could be a good fit from that too, because although you're not about to Bradley Beal doesn't care for somebody to come and try to tell him what to do necessarily, but if Bradley Beal can also take some constructive criticism if it's then needed,
right?
Then then maybe that could work out also from at that standpoint, because at the end of the day, I guess, and I would also feel like they feel like the East is a toss up.
Right. I think
I think although
it's the Heat to lose.
Although the Heat are really good, And like somebody earlier, I saw him say like people kept saying the Heat got lucky to win the East, and it was like how could the Heat get lucky to win something whenever nobody took them to 7 games? Like that doesn't seem like too much luck.
Right.
No, after the trades, it's the Bucks to lose.
and
I'll be
so-
honest.
No, I think the Heat got better.
So you got to beat.
Yeah, I think
beat the champ.
I think the Heat got better.
The Eastern Conference champ.
So,
And the Nets
with-
coming
See with
back
Derrick
strong.
Jones losing him to Portland, but that's a good pickup for Portland.
Yeah.
But you
For
said
sure.
something a little bit earlier that I want to transition to another, still basketball, but you were talking about the culture and accountability in Houston. I was on Bleacher Report earlier, and they were saying that, you know, a lot of the reasons that the Clippers, a lot of the reasons that the Clippers didn't, you know, achieve what they were expected is because the chemistry of the team wasn't as good as it was, you know, previous years when they had not Chris Paul, but just Paul George and them. He said,
forget how high Shannon Brown used to get.
yeah, man, that's crazy. But they were saying that Kawhi just demanded too much. Him and Paul George, they got like their own special security. I was reading that they dictated when practice started or something like that. They dictated their playing time. Like Kawhi got to live in San Diego.
What's the recent report that Paul George has a really strong influence on who they're gonna pick up in free agency?
No, the recent report was Paul George talking about his role on. I think he was on
All
Matt
the
Barnes and Matt Barnes and Stephen Jacobs show. I wish I could remember what the hell my point was though before we moved on, because that shit sounded scatterbrained as hell. The fact that I couldn't finish it,
Jordan.
But with that, yeah. But I think that's just what happens. See, but that's the give and take that you have whenever you have superstars come in, and then you have guys who've been there with you as you've been building, and
Right.
then stuff just starts changing. It's just like, you know, you start looking around like Dave Chappelle on Undercover Brother, like, Chief, I ain't see this bitch in none of my secret agent class. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just you get there and you're like, hey man, like
That's my shit right there.
it's like you weren't here building with us this whole time, but yet you get the special amenities, you know, like you know,
pay for them classes myself. You made me.
especially whenever you're like,
I ain't got good food to eat.
especially when you get somebody like Pat Bev,
Yeah.
right? Pat Bev sitting there and he like, man, like, damn, I wish I could get this. You know, you
Right,
got Lou
right.
Will, you got Lou Will, you got Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, when he went to LA, I was like, damn, that's kind of green. Like I didn't really see that in his character. But
You could have saw that with that and with Doc leaving. Like when a coach leaves, then you know your man's left, and then like you don't know how you gonna get used, and you don't know how you having the conversations with him, you know, and things of that nature. But yeah, and that's just the thing. That's just the give and take that you have whenever you have superstars come in. And yeah, a lot of people also felt like it was a lack of accountability. Oh yeah, that's what we was talking about. Harden them.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Yeah, I think they get the point where.
no, that shit.
Like I said, as far as the Wizards thinking that is up for grabs, and so you go get Westbrook, and that's the thing for Westbrook to be there and thinking that he can win, and you thinking that adding Westbrook helps you win. Kind of like also going back to the Chris Paul comparison and Westbrook in their later years, is that the same way where the Suns feel like Westbrook could be Bradley Beal's Chris Paul, which he gonna be to Devin Booker, if you try to keep him, and if you try to build for the future. But you know, back to the Clippers. Yeah, that's just a give and take though. That's just a give and take, and yeah, Paul George's
They just took too much. Or gave too much.
yeah, and Paul George's quote is that he didn't like how Doc Rivers was using him because he wanted to use him more off of pin downs and things of that nature, and he was just saying that he likes to be used in many different ways. That way, he could actually get in the flow of games and stuff like that. And he was injured and coming off of injuries, but I thought that was just a lot of excuse making. And then, of course, the old analytic boys came through and was like and said something about 33% of Paul George's usage was in pick and roll situations, which was the highest of his career. So you know, sometimes you don't remember too well. You know, when you don't want to.
Shit, pandemic P.
When you don't want to remember, when you don't want to remember, you know, the facts.
Right.
You tend to forget them a little bit.
Playoff
That
P.
pandemic P come out.
Playoff
Boy,
P.
they ran into that motherfucking young Denver Nuggets team. You know,
Hey.
Game heaven, you feel me?
Hey.
Game 7, boys.
Best center in the league.
Best son in the league for sure.
Hey, I seen a post on Facebook. It said you got for $5 million, you got to play Mike. What is it like 10 times or some shit like that, You got to score. You just got to score one basket.
Okay.
This is his prime. Mike in his prime. You got to score a basket on Mike. If you score, you get $5 million.
What's my other option?
If you don't, you never listen to music again.
We get to play him 10 times?
I got to see it again. But
I'll definitely score once, bro.
I don't think you're getting a bucket, Kim.
Really?
I don't think you're getting a bucket.
It really all depends.
One time.
No.
I don't think you're getting a bucket.
I think it depends what Jordan gets out of this. I mean, he might give you a bucket.
He gets the pleasure of making sure that you, one, don't get $5 million, and two, you never listen to music again.
That's like some dark Space Jam shit.
I think
You never get
loss.
music.
I don't
Bruh,
think he would do that.
but he would get so much.
signing autographs.
He would get so much pleasure in that, bro. Like, you know, like that dude's a sicko.
They said he could win.
Like that's the type of thing that like
And
pushes
you'll
him, you know?
lose every time.
Bro.
No, I don't think. I definitely. Listen, bro.
Okay,
I'm
let's
trying
not say
very hard.
Let's not say 10 games because I mean, okay, let's just say a game.
10 games to what? Like 10 games to 21? Like
10
I
games
gotta
to 10,
score
no.
once.
I mean,
I
ain't gonna
I
lie.
can hit a 3.
I might jack a three, yeah.
Yeah, you think, but
But
if
you gonna get separation on Mike?
see,
No.
that's what I
No.
mean.
Bro, listen, bro.
No, I'm telling you, look,
Is
man.
it make it take it? If it's make it take it, then I might not score.
Look,
I
no,
got
it
ball
don't.
first.
Look, it doesn't have to be. I'm thinking like I used to play against my uncle. You know, my uncle was a four-year starter at Texas Tech. Played overseas for many years. You know, won MVPs and stuff overseas.
And can you get a bucket on him?
And no, when we played 1-on-1, so my senior year, I'm 19 and 12. I'm All-State District MVP.
You
And
ready?
when we real life played, and he really guarded me. Like I couldn't score on this dude. We the same height, same size at that time. And like it was hell and high water to like really get shots off and really score. You know, and I could just imagine if then that was peak NBA Mike. You not scoring, man. And like this is that was an 18-year-old me at like the height of anything I could ever do athletically. And
Right.
so and I'm sure all of us pretty much peaked athletically around like 18 to 20.
Right.
And like yeah, so no.
26
And like
for
and
me.
you gonna
Eric
need,
hasn't his peak yet.
and you gonna need
Yeah.
all of that peak athleticism.
Still on my way up.
The smarts that you've gathered over the years. And nah, man, we're not scoring a bucket.
Ryan, you think on your best day, you getting a bucket on MJ?
All right, so let me break it down into detail. If he is checking the ball up and getting into my grill where I can't even dribble, my first move is going to be the no knee bend, just put the ball up and try to shoot.
Over a man that has 4 inches over you already.
That's the only option I really have against Mike. So if I go right, he picks my pocket. If I go left, he also picks my pocket. So I really don't have a choice. Can I dribble backwards? It's gonna have to be the step back.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
It's gonna have to be the step back. So
Good luck creating that separation.
Vaughn, to answer your question, no.
I think for me, if I could, on my very best day, if I can get him to bite on a head fake,
And he somehow doesn't recover,
It's 67 degrees, and he bites on the head fake.
and I untie his left shoe.
Why are you giving him a
Vaughn, you ain't listening to music ever again. What you talking about?
I'm in the car, mad a little bit,
He just is silent.
So what? He took off your FM radio.
singing and shit.
You just got AM radio.
Jesus like to drink, Jesus like to smoke.
I would wrong with Paul. We can listen to the music in this car.
Are you even allowed to sing music?
Oh, what wrong with me?
That's either him or nothing. But nah, like
My AirPods in, man.
10 games.
If I could get like half a step, and then I can get my shoulder into him, I might could get a layup. But unless he just
Bro,
rises up and
like,
beats that shit.
look
up.
at him, bro.
I think you could like stumble into like a
This
lefty
is like
runner.
98. This is like his last season too.
Oh my god. But for real, man, come on, dog.
96 MJ.
10 games to. He has
Bro,
to
that was
score
like the worst
100 points before I score one.
When do you think?
Yep.
When do you think
And
you
if
get
we
tired?
play, bro. If, I don't care if he gets tired, bro.
So
You're
you
gonna
gonna
get tired.
You gonna wear yourself
I'm
out
about to
playing
get-
defense?
Bro, if we play NBA, bro, bro, my G, like I think I can get, bro. I just think I can get a shot off. Bro.
I could just see him palming the ball over everyone's head, going like this.
Yeah, you can get one off.
If it's out of my hand, bro, it's 50-50. Y'all boys gotta have.
Vaughn thinks he's coming in like John Starks.
I just said I could score on him. I just said that.
Yeah, man. I just think
as long as he bites
You'll
on
probably
that
do
head
that
thing.
to me every play. Every other play, I'm like,
y'all
alright,
Come here.
and you'll probably do that to me. But
Everyone
bro,
says
I'm
Jordan
gonna,
got dunked
bro,
on.
So if he's
Average square
guarding,
catches
so
in
you
that,
think
bro.
you can get a step back like that? You could hit one of them on Mike?
Maybe, bro.
I don't think so, man. I'm just gonna say it. I would put
Maybe.
up. I would put
I'm
up
not
$5
saying like I'm
million.
LeVar Ball, like I'm gonna beat Mike 1-on-1.
Does that
But
happen?
I'm saying like out of 10 games, like 10 hours of playing straight basketball, I could possibly get off one shot.
Have you ever seen the video of Mike and the dude from the Bulls playing 1-on-1 in practice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
after
he's
Jordan
like-
retired.
He's like, look at what you see. This is all me, that one.
Yeah. It
Shit.
was right after he
That was
retired.
an NBA player. That nigga ain't score.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Yeah,
got
yeah.
money. I ain't got
I believe.
shit.
I believe you can get a shot off. I believe I can get a shot off.
Well, I'm gonna be the
take
step
it
back
right
king.
now.
Is it hitting the rim?
I'm
bad.
offensive foul that bitch.
I'm gonna be the step back king that day.
Yeah, I think
Right.
I can get a couple shots on the rim.
Man, how much would you guys pay to watch me play Michael Jordan in his prime? That might be the funniest matchup out of all three.
At
Yeah,
all,
I wouldn't
man.
pay. We're
I wouldn't
friends.
pay
I
to watch
wouldn't
that,
want
man. Yeah, you just tell me about it, bro. Actually, you tell me all the details you want to and leave out
It's
everything.
gonna be like a 7-minute game. Skunk.
7 minutes for all 10 games.
Damn, that would be really embarrassing.
But yeah, man, that's just yeah. Like I said, I think he will get more pleasure out of keeping you away from $5 million and also taking your right.
So
to
that's
the
really a
outside.
double
All the
loss.
shoes you keep.
No music ain't worth it though.
Yeah, I just wouldn't take the invitation. I wouldn't take it. It wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be the fool.
Right.
That's a fool's errand, man.
What about Wizards, Mike?
Nah.
I still don't know.
Nah.
I'm still not sure.
Best Wizard, Mike. You scoring on that?
Wizard Mike, Wizard Kelly, Wizard of Oz, Eric and 5.
Eric and 5. Eric and 5.
That was a good one.
That was a good
That was a good one up top,
And all those were things. Wizard Kelly. Player, y'all.
bro.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Kelly, bro. Is the man. I said to myself,
Wizard Jordan.
I said, huh?
Bro, Wizard was always Magic. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
That was
Yeah, I
definitely
believe
Magic
so.
Johnson, right?
I believe
he had
so.
movie theaters. He had
Yeah.
all kind of shit.
Yeah, Magic Wizard. Yeah, I think
Wizard burgers and shit.
I'm pretty sure that was Magic Johnson thing.
Yeah, that was done. Shout out to the
What's
Proud
it?
family.
What is it? Wizard Mike? Wizard Kevin? Wizard of Oz?
That's a good reference, man.
That was a good one.
Oh,
You should have had this on your head and a cigarette in your mouth.
Right. They
So-
gonna do it anyway.
The Shin.
How do you feel about your Suns after their acquisitions?
Well, we got, Paul, obviously. We lost Oubre. We drafted the cat from Maryland, Jalen Johnson, I want to say. Or,
Smith.
Smith, thank you.
Ford?
Yeah, so, he's got goggles, so I'm pretty sure he's tough. So,
Confirmed.
He's, he looks like,
Sticks.
yeah, he looks like Bo Outlaw or some shit like that.
His business name Sticks.
So, skinny Horace Grant face ass, but I don't know, bro. I've seen a couple of
Jay Crowder as well.
Oh, and Jay Crowder. Yeah, thank you. I'm tripping. I'm on this here Tito, but we got Jay Crowder. I seen a lot of little predictions of us, getting that 8 seed, bro. Like that's people talking that talk. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of have expectations for us. If we got Chris, Devin, Jay, we could run Aiden, and then we could do Sarge, or we got Bridges too. So we got a couple little things that we could do. Good shot. So this is one of the first years in basketball since like 2014 that I've had like any glimmer of hope.
Yeah, I definitely like the moves that you guys made.
Just like any glimmer of hope.
Yeah, I think Jay Crowder's gonna be big.
No, definitely 3-and-D leadership.
Playing the 4 spot too, playing that small ball 4.
He can be, he can give Bridges right, give Aiden some little tips, onto some little tricks of the trade. I think we got some good vets. Crowder just coming off a finals run. Chris Paul is Chris Paul. You feel me? So I remember that. That was crazy.
Book averaging at least 32 next year.
32.
Yeah, 32.
40. Fortenberg for the season. No, I like the move too. I had in the other notes that I had. I had it all written down of who y'all had on the team. I can't remember who y'all backup point guard is.
Cat from West Virginia.
It's like, he can't be y'all full time backup point guard though. I know you're talking about the ball dude.
Yeah,
I forgot his name. He was really good. I love him in West Virginia. He was really solid, but he can't be y'all full time backup starter. Huh?
He's our starter. Chris
Brandon Roy,
backup point guard.
Chris Paul is the backup.
Ain't no, but I think a lineup of Chris Paul, Book, Bridges, Crowder, and Aiden would be pretty good.
Oh man, yeah. Well, we got R.J. Hampton. We drafted. Well, only we drafted him. I think we traded for him.
Hampton.
Mm-hmm. R.J. Hampton for Denver.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we got some nigga from Arizona. I forget his name. He's some African nigga like Nas, just some. Yeah, dreads. But we're gonna be straight. We got a real lengthy team. Like everyone, like is like Bo like 7'2", but we got Porter Jr. We got Hampton. He's pretty tall. He's like 6'7". We got Jokic. We gonna play. I think we gonna run a lot of tall ball this year coming up. We gonna let RJ, Jamal Murray and them sit for a minute. We got rid of Malik Beasley and
Malik with the Timberwolves and
Monte.
Torrey Craig.
Well, shit, we him and fucking nigga.
Oh, Grant.
Yeah.
Did y'all keep Grant? Did y'all lose Grant too?
Jaheim Grant gone too.
Okay.
He signed with the Pistons.
I think so.
I think so.
I think
he signed with the Pistons, and
their roster moves are ridiculous.
And
Pistons signed which one called it?
They signed everybody under the sun. I did see that, but they signed everybody under the sun that was like 6'9", small forward, power forward hybrids. Just like Charlotte does a lot too.
I mean, Jason. That's
Mm.
like a lot of game winners, bro.
big time.
yeah. A lot of games.
I'm interested to see what exactly Charlotte does as well. I'm intrigued by them. You know, getting Nick Batum off the books, what they're gonna do, or how Miles Bridges and P.J. Washington check out. P.J. Washington had a really good year last year as a rookie. I remember, right?
You know, my homegirl just had a P.J. Washington jersey on the other night. And I was like, that's random as fuck.
It
I was
is.
like,
Rah.
are you, like, is that, like, you kin to him?
Yeah, but
that's
that's your folks.
And she was like, oh, nah. I was like,
Yeah, how you just
like,
pop up with a P.J. Washington jersey?
Yeah. She must have did it. I'm almost 100% sure it was for the colors, but I was just like, damn, P.J. Washington? That's
But yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that is a lot of factors that just go into being like it's the colors. I didn't mind the last name on it.
Right.
It was better than having
the number
Graham on the back of the jersey or some shit.
I don't know.
And then whatever else. But
That sounds like a good find. Like I got like a
Rozier.
yeah. Like once a player's not on the team, it's easy.
no, PJ's still there.
No, he's
PJ's
a
a second year
rookie.
player.
Still there?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's just an odd find. But yeah, PJ's a second
Yeah,
year player.
like he's good. He had a good rookie season,
Yeah,
like Don
that'd be
said,
good.
but he's like not like you know, if you don't follow the NBA, you probably wouldn't know who he was.
Yeah, he went to Kentucky.
For example.
Yeah, went to Kentucky, played. You know, just is one of those, like I said, just group of 6'8", 6'9", 3-4s that Charlotte hoards for some odd reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see them. Obviously, Devontae Graham had an All-Star caliber year last year. See what LaMelo does.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be straight, honestly.
And you know, I guess having Gordon Hayward, I'm interested to see him. Maybe, hopefully, some resemblance of healthy. And
he got that check. He was smart.
No matter what, he's the upgrade from Nick Batum. I mean, it was he's an upgrade from Nick. Anything's an upgrade from Nick Batum. So
tried
the skeleton of
music. He's going on Nick Batum right now.
I think I can get a bucket on Nick Batum right now.
Man, you trying, Nick?
No, he's been hurt. Like he played he played like 20 games last year for a reason, and he's been a shell of himself.
Oh shit! We watching Nate Robertson block Yao Ming, so let's address that. What y'all thought about Niggity Nate and your boy.
I mean, he had no business being in that ring. Like he
I heard he
gives
didn't
up-
train.
He gives up. Well, he already gives up. Like what? How tall is Nate?
Like 4'6".
I think he's like 5'8" at best, maybe 5'9". He's 5'9" at best. I could just say that.
He can ride the roller
I was gonna
coaster.
say, I don't know if that's all.
I'm gonna say I know. I'm gonna just give him 5'9" at best.
Let me look it up.
Jake Paul is at least 6'1" or 6'2". I don't think Jake Paul is obviously he's not any kind of amazing boxer, but he's 6'1", 6'2". He's a dude that's 5'9" at best. Outweighs him by at least 30 pounds.
And he's been sparring with professionals, and Nate Robinson hadn't
I'm
been.
about to say he's fought. He at least him and KSI like fought like twice, and so they actually like put like actual boxing. They actually did the workouts, did the work for it, and he's been doing that for like 2 years straight, at least 2 to 3 years straight. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people realize how far a little boxing knowledge and or training goes in just a normal fight, let alone when you give up 5 to 6 inches and 30 pounds.
Right. Nah.
And so what happened was exactly what I thought was gonna happen.
Right. I feel like go ahead, Eric.
I was about to say, from the start of the fight, like just watching Nate fight off real, you already knew that it was gonna be. He gonna get caught. Like he was just rushing him the whole time, and they was holding. You know what I'm saying? You just
That
knew
is
it wasn't
terrible
a street,
game plan.
He was just had a street fight. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He just thought he was just gonna be able to run up on him and beat him up. But like the boy Jake Paul was like, I got something for you.
Tyson did his thing.
Yeah, Tyson and Roy was good, but before we get to them two, I just think I agree with you, Donnie, that you know, and I agree with people that it took courage for him to go in the ring and woo-de-woo, but he chose to do that shit. Number one, he volunteered himself. Nobody you gonna fight.
Took a check.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got paid for this shit. You feel me? So, and at the end of the day, he got his ass whooped. It is what it is. Like this, black culture and our culture and all this.